I did a DNA test on my daughter and it wasn't mine. My husband shouted to the gathered relatives. Sadia, is what Curtis is saying true? My parents-in-law look at me anxiously. My relatives were also nervously waiting for my words. The results of the DNA test are out, aren't they? My husband yells at me while banging on the paper of the appraisal results. But everything went according to my plan. I took a deep breath and said to everyone in the room, including my husband, the test results are between you and your mistress's child. My name is Sadia and I'm a 34-year-old housewife. My husband, Curtis, and I have been married for 5 years. We met at work. He was 2 years older than me and was in charge of training when I joined the company as a new employee. He was a reliable, refreshing, and cool senior who taught me his work carefully. I wanted to live up to his expectations as he taught me how to work. I tried to learn the job as quickly as possible. Every time I was able to do something, he would happily compliment me. Oh, amazing! How can you make it this far? Sadia is really excellent. You don't need me to tell you, do you? No, you teach me so I can learn quickly. Yes, I'm glad you said that. And I think it's nice to have that kind of humility. What? I suddenly blushed when I was told that I was lovely. I'm sure I was worried about him. What am I doing when I'm at work? I tell myself that and try to calm down many times, but just having him next to me makes me nervous. I was nervous every day, but I still worked hard. After that, I was on my own and my role as his tutor was over. After that, I didn't work next to him much and I was a little lonely. Still, he talked to me regularly. It looks like you're trying very hard. I heard from the section manager that the previous proposal was very good. Oh, thank you. I think it's because of you. I'm glad that you can say that even if you stand on your own. Are you free today? Let's go to dinner. What? Yes. I'm going. I was very happy to go to dinner with him. The first place I went was a popular tavern, and from his point of view, it was just like drinking with a junior. Still, I was happy that I could meet him in private. And then on a regular basis we began to go to dinner together. Gradually, the shops he took me to became fashionable. A delicious Italian restaurant or a casual French restaurant. He took me to places like that. Then one day he confessed to me. I feel like I've grown fond of you, Sadia. If you don't have a boyfriend yet, will you date me? I like you too. This is how we got along. I was very happy because I didn't think I would start a relationship with the person I admired. I kept it a secret from the people at the company. That kind of relationship is also exciting and fun. After work, I had a good time going to his house and having him come to my house. Even after we started dating, he was a very kind, gentlemanly and nice person. He takes his date plans seriously every time, and he gives me tasteful birthday gifts. After that, we continued to have a good relationship. Then, a year and a half after we started dating, he proposed to me. Sadia, marry me. What? I've been dating like this, and I feel safe and able to be with you. That's why I want you to be with me for the rest of your life. He said so and handed me the ring. I was very pleased. The answer, of course, is yes. I want to be with you forever. I look forward to being with you in the future. This is how we got married. We immediately went to say hello to each other's parents. My parents were very fond of my husband. Apparently, his sincerity was conveyed. Also, my parents-in-law were kind people and welcomed me warmly. You're Sadia. We've been waiting for you. Good to see you. Isn't she so pretty? It's a shame for Curtis. No, that's not true. You don't have to be so humble. She's a lovely person with a nice smile and a kind and cute person. I was happy to be praised like that. My parents-in-law talked to me with a smile all the time, and my tension was relieved. And we were able to talk in a fun atmosphere from beginning to end. After that, the two families met and had a wedding. When I told the people at work that I was getting married, they were very surprised. They didn't think he and I were dating. But they all congratulated us on our marriage and attended our wedding. Many people attended, and the wedding was very memorable. After that, we went on our honeymoon and started living together after returning home. My husband wanted me to start a family when I got married, so I retired from the company when I got married. After that, as a full-time housewife, I supported my husband. I also worked cooking and made a nutritious menu every day. Your food is so good, I can't wait to come back every day. Lunch is always delicious, thank you so much. I'm glad you said that, because I'm going to keep working hard. Oh, thank you. My husband always appreciated my hard work in housework. When I am appreciated in this way, I am motivated to do my best again. On our days off, we went for a drive together and went on trips and had a happy time. Then, about 2 years after we got married, I became pregnant and gave birth to a daughter. She's so cute. Let's call her Jewel. Oh, that's a good name. My husband was very happy about the birth of his daughter. Both my parents-in-law and my parents were happily holding our daughter in their arms and congratulating her on the birth. After that, I did my best to balance child rearing and housework. Sometimes it's hard, but every time I see my daughter smile, I feel happy. That's how I spent my happy days. My husband also loved my daughter and took care of her. But when my daughter was 3 years old, my husband was coming home later and later. In addition, business trips have increased, even though he have never been there before. When I was working, I never went on a business trip. When I asked my husband about it, he said that business trips are increasing now. I wondered if that was really the case. He hasn't been paying much attention to our daughter lately, and maybe this is. With that in mind, I decided to ask a detective agency to investigate. Soon after, evidence of my husband's infidelity was found. I was very shocked. My husband came home late, but he was still having a normal conversation with me. Ostensibly, she pretended to be busy with work and was meeting with his affair partner all the time. His affair partner seems to be a new employee who joined the company last year. He said he had a relationship with her while working as an educator. I was angry at myself for being the same as me when my husband and I got to know each other. Absolutely unforgivable. I vowed to take revenge on my husband. As a result of my research, I learned something else. In response, I came up with an idea. Meanwhile, my husband was acting suspiciously. It was one night, and my husband opened his daughter's mouth while she's sleeping in the middle of the night. This is. I'm sure my husband is trying to find out something. I observed him carefully. After all, it was as I had heard. I decided to carry out the plan I had been making since I found out about the affair. A little later, my husband said that he had an important story to tell and gathered a lot of relatives at his parents-in-law's house. What the hell are you talking about? I went to my parents-in-law's house with my husband, but he didn't talk to me easily. But he's grinning all the time. I hope you listen to it together. Well, you can't escape, so be prepared. Run away. When I roll my eyes. My husband said, you can play dumb for now. I can't help but feel uncomfortable laughing fearlessly. And we arrived at my parents-in-law's house. Relatives gathered as well. Curtis, what the hell is the story, and what do you mean by gathering so many relatives? Calm down, you all. Oh, but you might not be able to calm down when you hear this story. My husband laughed and stood in front of his relatives. I did a DNA test on my daughter and she wasn't my real daughter. My husband shouted to the gathered relatives. All the relatives are surprised by the sudden report. My parents-in-law look at me with a shudder. Sadia, is what Curtis is saying true? Does it mean that my grandson is not related to us by blood? My parents-in-law look at me anxiously. My relatives were also nervously waiting for my words. But I was the only one who remained calm. Hey, what are you laughing at? You even got the results of a DNA test. My husband yells at me while banging on the paper of the appraisal results. There is irrefutable evidence here. It's like a detective hunting down a criminal who thinks you did it. But everything went according to my plan. I took a deep breath and said to everyone in the room, including my husband. The test results are between you and your mistress's child. My husband said with a blank face. Relatives are also blinking their eyes. Wait a minute, my mistress's child. Hey, aren't you too bad at lying? I'm sure your daughter's name Jewel is written here. And I'm not having an affair. I'm going to sue you for defamation if you say something inappropriate. At first, my husband seemed to agree with my remarks, but I guess he thought he had managed to get away with it. Gradually, the words became more forceful. The atmosphere of the relatives also seems to be on the side of my husband. They think I'm telling a painful lie. But I can't say this without any evidence. I carefully spoiled each one. I was aware that you were taking a sample of Jewel's saliva as she slept in the middle of the night. What? And you took it and headed towards the living room. I set up a hidden camera after I found out about your affair. I know exactly where you hid and what you hid. A hidden camera. I saw the moment when you went to the living room and immediately turned on the app and hid it. I'll go to the living room after you come back and go to bed. I replaced the specimen you kept in the cupboard drawer with the sample of your mistress's child. I even took a video of it. I said that and showed everyone a video of me swapping samples. Wait a minute, Isn't it strange that I'm not having an affair, but I'm changing samples? If I have an affair partner and have a child with that person, how can you get a sample? Isn't it reasonable to talk about it? My husband was desperate to poke there if there was even a slight gap. I'm sorry, but this is a plan for me and your affair partner. What? I already asked the detective agency to investigate and found out about your affair. That's why I contacted my affair partner first. I was told about your plan on the condition that the alimony be reduced. You're going to do a DNA test on Jewel if it's not your child. It looks like you were going to hang me up in front of your relatives and throw divorce papers on me. I knew the plan, so I was watching carefully to see when you were going to take my daughter's sample. And your affair partner said she didn't know whose child was. For the time being, you had the most stable income and were in love with yourself. She wanted you to take her father's place. My husband's face turns bluer and bluer at my words. Oh, stupid, Madeline is never gonna do that. Oh, you weren't having an affair, were you? Who is Madeline? Oh. My husband must have liked his affair partner very much. That's how he made the blunder. My parents-in-law and relatives all at once seemed to think that I was telling the truth here. They have a cold eye on my husband. I'm not having an affair. In this way, my husband was resisting painfully. I showed everyone the photos I had received from the detective agency. It was a perfect picture of his affair partner and my husband entering the hotel while intertwining their arms in a friendly manner. There was also a photo of my husband pushing a stroller and walking with his affair partner. Oh, why is there such a picture? The conclusive evidence showed that no one was on my husband's side anymore. You suspect me even though you were having an affair. And you're glad you got a test result that it's not your child. You demonized me and tried to hang me up, you really sucks. GUH. Also, have you noticed anything about this sequence of events? What? The result of the father-child relationship that you thought was Jewel is the result of the child of you and your affair partner. So the test results showed that you were not a parent and child, right? Oh. Maybe the child with Madeline is not my child. That's right, it was a pity, huh? It looks like you were willing to buy expensive baby products for everything. It's not your child. Oh, that's it. I can't believe Madeline would betray me. My husband turned blue in the face and slumped to the spot. But it's not my husband who should be shocked. Me and my parents-in-law. The parents-in-law crowded into her husband, trembling with anger. Hey! What the hell are you doing? Shame on you for betraying Sadia. Phew! When my parents-in-law approached my husband in the form of a demon, he stepped back. Where are you going? You're going to eat our sermons. Before he knew it, his relatives were surrounding my husband and blocking his escape. Sadia. What are you talking about? What are you asking for help for betraying me? I'll never forgive you. And if you want, I don't mind doing a DNA test on Jewel and you. I'm not doing anything that would make me suspicious. Of course, you will be charged child support and alimony, so be prepared to be socially erased. Oh, that's... I said that and left my parents-in-law's house. After that, it seems that the relatives of my parents-in-law attacked my husband as much as possible. It seems that my mother-in-law showered him with several slaps, and his cheeks were bright red. After that, I divorced my husband and claimed alimony and child support. The alimony is $3 million and the child support is $15 million. As a result, my husband was left with a total debt of $18 million. And I reported everything to my ex-husband's workplace. The president of the company he works for his loving wife, so when the story of my ex-husband's affair was conveyed to the president was so enraged that he sent my ex-husband to a local manual labor department. Therefore, it seems that my ex-husband is doing a pretty hard job while being looked at coldly by those around him. It would be a hellish day for my ex-husband with a poor body. But my ex-husband has a lot of debt and has to work. He was cut off from my parents-in-law, abandoned by his affair partner, lonely and just doing hard labor. He spends his days paying alimony and child support. It's all self-inflicted, and it's a really good feeling. On the other hand, I returned to my parents' house with my daughter and got a new job, and I am working hard. My daughter is growing up quickly and is growing up to be a very good child. Luckily, I don't seem to have any memory of that worst man, and I think of my father as a substitute for my father. My father is mellow to his granddaughter, who is called grandfather and approaches. In addition, my parents-in-law sometimes go to see their grandchildren's faces and interact with their daughter. My parents-in-law aren't bad, and when I get divorced, they help me a lot, so I want to do this for them. I would like to continue to watch my daughter grow up with my parents and parents-in-law.